Hey everyone, welcome back to Wix Fix. I hope you're having a fantastic day. My name is Ryan, and recently I have been kind of browsing the internet and I found this website called Juneday, and all it really is an e-commerce website for some really cool coolers. But I really liked this section right here. I thought this was a really cool way to display some of your highlighted products, and I thought it'd be kind of fun to build it in Editor X. Let's go ahead and get started. So to build that section in Editor X, the first thing I want to do is go ahead and give us some room to work with. That section on this website basically took up the entire page. So we want this section to do the same. So what we're going to do is actually set this section to be 100 VH. And VH basically stands for viewport height. And viewport is a percentage of your user's screen. So if using 100 viewport height, then this section is going to take up 100% of your user's device. Doesn't matter if they're on desktop, a laptop, tablet, or even a mobile device. But you can see nothing really changed here. It's like some weird glitch in Editor X. So in order to fix that, I'm just going to add a blank section, and then we can just delete it. And now this section is doing what it's supposed to and taking up the entire screen. Great. The next thing I want to do is add a 2x1 grid to it, just to split it in half, basically. In this left column, I just want to add an image, and we can stretch it, and we can just go ahead and change the image to something else, maybe something a little bit different than the default image, and I think that looks fine. But over here on the right, what I want to do is actually add the new tabs element. So we're going to come over to add layout tools, tabs, and we're going to choose this one right here. And we're going to put this over here on the right column. Now, I want to set this to be like 90% width for now, at least. And I want to go ahead and manage the tabs. Actually, I'm going to delete every single one of them except for the first one. And I also just want to give us like some room to work with. Let's just grab this container inside the tabs and give us like 600 pixels. Then let's grab the tabs and we'll just align it to the center. Perfect. Now we're going to be changing the height and width in a little bit, but I just want to give us some room to work with. I actually do kind of like this picture, so maybe we can use that. But what I want to do is unstretch it for now. Maybe we can set the width. Maybe we can make it about this height, this size, just like this. Then we can center it inside of this. Perfect. For the design, I kind of want to round the edges a little bit. Something like that. And let's go ahead and grab this text and we'll go ahead and center it. Now, if we look at the example, they also had different colors. They had an add to cart button and a learn more button. So let's go ahead and add those as well. And I'm going to go ahead and grab this row and we'll set this to be like 400 pixels for now, just while we edit it. And I'm also going to unstack this for now. But what I want to do is go ahead and add a button for add to cart. We'll just drag this one out right here. We'll say add to cart. And I think it had like a dollar amount. So maybe we could say like $45 and just a little space just like that. And we'll put this right underneath the text. The next thing I want to do is go ahead and create the learn more button. So what we're going to do is add a container here. Let's remove the background color. We don't need it to be this tall, but maybe we need it to be a little bit longer for just now. I want to add a 2x1 grid to this. In the grid settings, let's go ahead and add like 20 pixels of spacing. In the right area, let's go ahead and come down to decorative. We'll go down to arrows and we'll choose more arrows and find one that we like. I'm going to choose this one right here. It's kind of artistic and I like it. So we're going to bring this down quite a bit and we'll bring this into the box. We can go ahead and center it, and then in the adjust, I kind of want to flip it around. So what we're going to do is select this little flip option right here. Then in this left area, I just want to add a little bit of text. Maybe we can just grab this text element right here. We'll paste it inside of this. We'll say learn more. We'll align it to the left, and we want it in the left column and set to like 100% width. And we'll just center it and send it to the left. And actually with the width of this, what I want to do is set this to max content. Then I'm going to grab the container itself and we'll set each one of these columns to max content as well. And actually before I do that, what I want to do is set this icon to fixed, and maybe we'll do something like 26 in size. Then we'll grab this last column here and we'll set this to max content. And with this box selected, we'll go ahead and set the width of the main container to max content. We can remove the height, and we can remove the height from the row as well. So we can set this to max content. Fantastic. So now we can go ahead and make sure this is centered. We can grab the button, we can grab everything here. We can stack these together. Now with this stack, I kind of want to set this to be 100% width. And I want this image to also be 100% width. I want to grab the tabs and maybe set this to like 60% width. Okay, I think that looks good, just like that. But now we need to go ahead and remove the height from this container, and we'll also do the same exact thing for the second row. So now we should have this right here. So we're gonna select the tabs now. What I'm going to do is rename this to jacket. Then we can go ahead and duplicate this a couple times. And maybe this one up here can be a hat. And then this one down here can be like shoes. So now we can come over to hats and let's go ahead and change the image to some sort of hat. And we can go ahead and change the text and maybe even the price on the button. So instead of 45, this can be like 25. Great. Now let's go ahead and jump over to the shoes. And once again, we'll go ahead and change the image. And once again, we'll change the text and the price. So now with this tabs element, what I want to do is go ahead and change the design. So for the tabs, what I want to do for the regular one, I want to change the text to like a light gray or a mid gray. We'll also do that for the border here as well. Perfect. Then what we can say on hover, we can set the text to black and the border to black. And then the selected one can also just be black. And the text can be black as well. Now that we're done with the tabs, let's go ahead and switch over to the container. And all I really want to do here is remove the border. And also within the container, what I'd like to do as well is remove the left and the right padding, just so we have something like this. And while we're at it, let's also just maybe like decrease the top margin. And to keep things even, we'll do that to the bottom as well. So now if we preview the website, we have this really nice looking tabs. However, I just realized we need to apply the same margins and stuff that we did for shoes on hat and jacket. So let's go ahead and do that before we forget. So for this one, we want to remove it from the left, half it on the top, remove it from the right, and half it on the bottom. Perfect. And last but not least, we'll switch over to hat and do the same exact thing. We'll remove it from the left, half of it on the top, remove it from the right, and then half it on the bottom. So now let's go ahead and preview it again. And now this is what it should look like. And I think this looks really, really cool. And I think it's just a really cool creative way to highlight some products on your homepage. But that's basically gonna wrap it up for today's video. If you all did enjoy, please consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel for more Wix and Editor X content coming out really soon. Thank you all again, and I'll see you all in the next one.